Let's flip it up, man. You know we do rock and roll each and every Thursday. Give you a little taste of what's going on the entertainment front. We rock and roll with the East Spot with Camille Cobb. What's up, Camille? How you doing?
What is going on? Good morning. Welcome to March. This is my first time here since March. So
I hadn't seen you since last month.
Yeah. I hadn't seen you in a long time.
Wow.
It's been a moment.
It's been a moment, yeah.
Well, I'm very excited today because I have this wonderful man next to me, a great guest, Mr. Rob Douglas. He's a native of Detroit.
Wow.
50 years. 50 years in the entertainment industry and sports industry. He's an actor. He's an athlete. He's a singer. He's a corporate sales guy. He's arena management. We are so lucky to have Mr. Rob up in the building.
I'm happy to have him here too, man.
Man, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Because I've known Rob since I was a teenager. We have a long history together. And I'm still a teenager, so that's like 2 weeks.
He saw that Barry White.
He said, show you right.
He saw that Barry White.
Singing voice.
Really?
Wake up.
I know.
So, good morning. Thanks for coming in today. You had a late night because you were working the concert last night.
That's right. Zach Brown was in the house.
Michael was there. Michael was there. Yeah.
Great show. A lot of people. Everybody had fun. He did a lot of cover songs.
That's what I heard.
That's what Michael said.
He ended the night with Aretha Franklin. And then he did 2 Stevie Wonder songs. And I'm from Detroit, and I just don't want to tell you what I'm. Anyway.
I don't think
what part of Detroit?
Aren't from the D should do that.
What part of Detroit?
Southwestern High School.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
Mike, you from Detroit too, aren't you?
Well, Grosse Pointe Woods to be exact, but
here we go.
still 313.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, yeah. He said
Beverly Hills,
313, but it ain't that 313.
He's got that apostrophe next to it.
That's where the Dodgers and they live out in that.
Oh, okay.
Old
Gotcha.
money.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, I got you.
Wait, did you say Dodge? Like the people make the car?
Excuse me, yes. Yes.
Mike, you can tell us that.
That's a different kind of butter. That's like
That's
saying
because he doesn't want y'all in his pocket.
that's like saying my last name is Wrigley.
Pretty much. Well, Rob, you were also a free agent tryout with the Detroit Pistons too.
That's correct. St. Cecilia is the basketball mecca of Detroit.
Did you hear this?
And
Mecca.
The Sam Washington, it's all the summer leagues were played there. And from Dave Bing to George Gervin, Campy Russell, Jimmy Walker, Jalen Rose's father.
Yeah.
Everybody went there to see the pros, and then they started a high school league.
Oh, okay.
And so when I came out of school, I played with Greg Kelser and John Long, who were Pistons and all those guys.
Yeah.
And they were trying out, and Scott McCloskey was the coach at the time.
Yeah.
And they were practicing in St. Cecilia. And I had got out of school, and I didn't have anything to do, and I was playing ball, and I go up there, and he said, you know what, why don't you just try out with the team? You can play. And I thought I was going to make the team, and I was close.
Hey, you have all the talent. It's triple threat.
But I had other things. And, school, my mom said, you know what, you're going to make some money. And, I don't think she even wanted me to sing. She would come to my shows and stuff, but she said, you need benefits.
Talk about it.
Yes. And okay, Mama.
Mama was right,
about
though.
that, because how did you get started in the entertainment industry part of it, in singing and so on?
Well, my family, everybody on both sides of the family were performers. My grandfather played the violin, and he sang, and my mom's folks, they sang. I had a family, the Buckmans. It was 14 of them, and my dad had 6 families, and we should have been the Jacksons before the Jacksons.
I mean, it's never too late.
Well, and that's so true, because I think I'm getting close to the end of retirement, and I'm going to start singing more and acting more.
Yes,
and
come on
doing
out.
that, because it's in your heart, your passion. You have to do your passion.
You have to do your purpose.
Yeah,
Otherwise, you're not living your truth.
Exactly. So that's where I started. I started singing from the church, and the Temptations would come to my house.
Wait, to your what?
To my house.
Like physically to your house.
Well, here's what it was. Chappie's Lounge in Detroit, Southwest Detroit, the performers would sing because they couldn't really sing at the big places at the time. And so they would sing, and then they'd come to Chappie's Lounge, and after they do Chappie's Lounge, they knew my dad. And so, but they knew my mom had some dynamite chicken. And they said, well, let's go to Bobby's house. And they would come over. And they would sing, and they got to know us, my brother Andre, and my brother called me Bubba, because he couldn't say that's my little brother, but my little Bubba. And so I was Bubba. And so they'd come over, and we knew that somebody was coming over in the house in the evening. And so we'd be faking sleep. And all of a sudden the Temptations come, and you hear Melvin, where's Andre and Bubba?
Wow.
And they would come in our room and say, come on out here with the Temptations. And we come out and they be eating chicken and they say, and we do a little Temptation walk. But see, Detroit was just like that.
That's amazing.
You anywhere in Detroit you can go, you can stumble up on some artists. And so I started singing, and my cousin had a group called the Metros. They had a song out in the day. And so Detroit's just like that. He'll tell you.
Wow.
That's just how
We're trying to make North Carolina like that.
Wow.
So we need your kind of talent.
Well. Hey.
And you do so much more.
So Eddie Kendricks and all those guys came to the house.
Eddie Kendricks.
My homeboy from Birmingham.
From Birmingham.
Yeah.
Eddie,
my neighborhood.
Eddie and Paul.
Yeah, Paul too, from Birmingham.
Can you imagine getting the Lullaby to Sleep by the Temptations?
Well,
dancing with them? Wow.
Well, Dennis Edwards lived in my neighborhood.
Yep.
And Dennis dated my cousin, and he played at the church. And, we would drive by, go by Marvin Gaye's house. Let's go see if Marvin is and that was in Northwest Detroit. And he would come out and he'd wave and talk to you. Or my cousin lived across the street from Stevie Wonder on Curtis and Green Line. And I'd have to go over there and get him. And Stevie would answer the door. No, walk across the street.
But
Stevie was a joke about Stevie Wonder really can see, and he drives everywhere.
Let me tell you. You go to and say, hey, is Carl here?
Say he was driving.
Hold on.
We're about to find out.
No, you go over and I said, where's Carl? And he says, who is this? I said, I'm Rob. I'm here to pick up Carl. He says, Carlos, your cousin is here. And I'm like, okay, so he answered the door, and blind people can walk around. They can negotiate their home. Yeah. But my uncle would tell me sometimes, he said Stevie would come out, because this sense of humor, he would come out the house, go in the driveway, get in the car, and his brother would come straight. He'd be in the driving seat like he's giving a shot, and they had to drag him out of the car back into the house.
That's funny.
And I said, Uncle, you kidding? And I came by one day, and he was doing that. I'm like, he's actually
awesome.
doing that. Oh, yeah.
So we got exclusive. Stevie Wonder does try to drive.
He tries to drive. Yeah, he's a funny guy. And you have to drag him off the stage. They do this Motown review at the Fox Theater. Yeah. And when Stevie would be done, the crowds.
Wow.
And I'd been singing all along, and so it was just great. I get nervous every time I sing.
That means you love it.
And you love it, and it means that I don't want to be too confident about doing anything, because if you're too confident, you're going to get knocked on the ground.
Exactly. Yeah.
So my heart, that's it. My heart would be jumping out of my chest. It was great. It was great. It was awesome.
What are the applause the first time hearing such a arena so large, all cheering for you?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that people enjoy your craft, and you want to make sure that you're doing a great job. And
you do it here too, because I have the picture I have posted about you is performing on the ice.
Yes, and in fact, that game was, and this is so awesome, the Hurricanes against the Red Wings.
Oh, wow.
And so my people back in Detroit got to see that.
Oh, that's nice.
So he's still singing.
You're still working kind of for the Pistons in Detroit, and they still get to see you around. That homeboy doing well.
Yeah, it's really sad, though. They just started the demolition for the Palace of Auburn Hills back in Michigan.
Yes, I saw that, and that was a special place. Truly a special place, and I'm shocked it's gone.
Well, now, since I've known you as a teenager, I know one of Rob's hidden talents. He's able to impersonate some of the best voices out there.
Oh,
you're going to go ahead and give us a little taste of some of these wonderful voices you're getting ready to get.
I found out that I could, being a singer, I could, I listen to people, and I did Smokey Robinson, but Bill Cosby was I love
Watch
Bill
your
Cosby.
drinks.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Here we go.
Well, see, you got the Jello pudding. See, hello. Now, see, I'm Camille. See,
I'm your wife.
Camille is Camille. You haven't come to see me.
I ain't coming either.
I ain't coming. You cost me money.
No, wait a minute. See, I'm there Christmas. See, and while I'm there Christmas, they got a lot of backdoor Santa Clauses in the jail.
Backdoor Santas.
And I'm like, no Jello pudding, no Coca-Cola here.
You don't want those pudding pops.
No Jello pudding.
No.
Not want them.
Hello.
That's not the pudding pops.
Did he say no Jello pudding?
Camille, when are they going to get me out of here, Camille? Please, come see me, darling.
Weinstein's joining you. That's all I got.
Even if you do come, I can't see you, but I know that you're there.
Because I'll go blind, right?
He can hear you.
That's
Wait,
crazy.
there's more. There's
Weinstein
more.
coming to get some of that pudding.
That's crazy. That's great.
Wait, give me some more. You got some more in there.
Well, I mean, I'm Mike Tyson, and they say I'm manic depressive. What's manic? I don't know.
Is that what's manic?
Is it something to do with a man? Because I'm a man.
What's manic?
What's manic? I'm a man.
But we really miss you as president. As president.
Well, one thing I need to say about that is America is going to do what America needs to do. And with B-Mac and Reese here, it's a great place to be. United States of America. Greatest
So are you
country in
going
the
to
world.
ever come out with an endorsement, Obama?
Of?
Yeah, got it. Okay, moving on. No comment. That's what I got.
Don't wait to see.
Okay.
And he's got this great Eddie Murphy one.
Okay. Oh,
That's the first one I've ever heard from him was Eddie
really?
Murphy. He was doing Shrek for my daughter.
Somebody called me early in the morning talking about it's 6:30 in the morning. I got chilling. Fiona,
Like 10 of them.
you got chilling.
I got chilling. You got chilling. I'm a stallion. I'm not a donkey. I'm a stallion. That's the greatest thing. Lady, you working that hat.
I tell you, I know this guy for a long time. I never knew he could do these kind of things, man.
His hidden talent.
Again, we're talking to Rob Douglas, who I've known for a long time. God has many talents. But let me ask him a quick technical question. You are in charge of the change, everything that happens over in the PNC arena. I know, like tomorrow night, it's like State's playing,
That's exactly right.
and people are like, that's Friday. What's up? Well, they're not playing on Saturday, then, but you guys got a big thing happen on Friday, on
And
Saturday.
Saturday, Sunday.
So how did that come about, if you will?
Well, with the concert last night, it makes an easy transition because they moved the stage, and all they have to do is put the basketball court down.
Okay.
Now the game is Friday 7:00 when the basketball game is over. At 9, they'll take the court up, take the chairs up, and then they'll put plastic on the floor on that ice deck, and then they'll put plywood on top of that, and then it'll be 10 dump trucks of dirt that they built the track for monster trucks.
Wow.
Monster Jam.
That's
right.
great. Well,
That's
you
right.
guys have a busy season coming up. You got Billie Eilish coming. You have the
Wild and Out.
Wild and Out. Nick
The
Cannon.
Millennium Tour.
The Millennium Tour.
Michael
I don't
Bublé.
even have to
Michael
do my
Bublé,
top
the
5. You guys are
Globetrotters.
busy.
Yeah, the Globetrotters.
How do you guys get all this great talent to North Carolina, and what can we do to keep getting such great talent? Is there anything we need to do to support this?
Our
or?
new owner is really trying to make our building very viable, and he's saying we need to do more events, and we're doing more events.
Yes.
And he's trying to make it exciting. And yes, you look at our calendar. There's some shows that we haven't had, and some shows that are consistent, and the old stables, and marketing is just trying to go out and do as much as they can.
You're doing
There used to be a
great job.
time where we had downtime in the summer, but now we have more stuff than we've ever can imagine.
Well, there was also like HB2 really hit the business really hard when that happened.
That's
'Cause
correct.
I remember Pearl Jam decided to cancel their concerts. And how is that now? Like, that's not an issue you guys are dealing with anymore, or is it still something we need to get off the books?
You never know, because artists come because they want to come. We just don't know the artist that says, we're not coming. And we'll never know that because we never get them. So it hit us hard first.
Yeah.
And, some NCAA events went away.
Right.
We lost a lot. And then they did something to kind of cover that up, to kind of help, because we're going to get the 2021 NCAA, we hope. It'll be a women's, I think. And so
More
it started
support for
coming
women's
back.
sports.
Yeah, it started coming back. So we'll see how it works. They still have to deal with that bill. And so
They
we can
do.
get more things coming back. Yeah, we're right. Because artists will stand up by and say, you know what, we're not coming. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, I
You
know.
get
It
right.
hit my industry really hard
Oh, yeah.
because
Yeah.
I was making like full-time pay before HB2, and now it's
Yeah.
well, it's picking back up again because there's a lot more films coming to Wilmington. There's like 3 things slated right now, which is great, and let's just keep that momentum going.
Yes.
Blue Wave.
Yes.
So tell us more about working at PNC, because you've also worked with some really great performers. What's been like one of the concerts or events you've worked with that was the most exciting, or that you hope will come back? Either.
Some that will not come back because
Prince.
of Prince, of course, he had 2 great shows and was just amazing.
He was.
What an
I
artist. And the artist, every time he came, he brought something different. and
So much energy.
so much energy, and his passion for it is, so he and I talked to Earl and B Mac a couple years ago.
K-Mac, yeah.
K-Mac. K-Mac. I'm gonna call you B Mac.
Yeah, I know. And he gonna let you do it.
Look,
But,
he knows who the man is. He was not even going to correct him.
But so you had them, the Eagles. I mean, there's something for everyone, and great shows. Charlie Wilson. I go on and on.
I have to ask this question. What was the one show that you personally like, man, I can't wait for these guys to show up here in this arena? I mean, you see people all the time. What was that one show that got you like so excited you couldn't wait for it to happen?
Well, again, Prince was one.
Yeah.
The Eagles, Paul McCartney.
Yeah, okay.
Charlie Wilson.
Yeah, okay.
You know.
I saw Charlie Thanksgiving
Wait, can you
Eve.
do Charlie?
New Year's Eve. It was unbelievable, yeah.
Wow.
I wish we would have had a chance to do Luther. That would have been my greatest. Well, here's a story. When Prince came, he had Chaka Khan. It was her birthday. Okay, so we gave her a jersey because we'd already give Prince a jersey the first time he came. So I
Was
go
it a
in.
blouse? Just kidding. Bad joke. I said, was it a blouse?
Oh, it was a jersey. It was
Blouse
a large
versus
jersey. And so it was her birthday, and I said, security, I said, hey, we're going to give her a jersey. I said, can I sing happy birthday to her? And he kind of looked at me. But Chaka heard me. She said, you going to sing? I said, yes. And I said, so you want, what do you want? You want a Luther?
Come on now.
Or Freddie Jackson?
Come on, somebody.
She said, Luther.
Oh.
And she sat down. Now, I haven't warmed up that much, but I'll give you a little bit.
Give me a little bit of it. Give me a little bit of it.
Oh.
Yeah, give me.
Turn up your radio.
Oh, happy birthday to you, Chaka. May you have many more happy birth. I said, happy birthday. Oh, I won't go any further because I haven't warmed up. I don't want my voice to crack.
That was awesome.
But-
Thank you so much. That was great.
You should. I gotta say, you should have sung the national anthem for her. It is right there. I had to say it.
Oh, when I saw that, I said.
So,
Hey,
now,
I
what
think
did she say to your
Well, no,
version?
she said, because of security said, if I knew you was gonna do that, man, I'd pull you out. She said, get his card.
Wow.
And she took my card.
Yeah.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, she took my card, and it's just you don't fake the funk. If you know you can do it, if I couldn't do it, I wouldn't have done it.
I would know.
Right.
I would know. You could do it because you just did it. I mean, without no
Unwarmed up.
hesitation. You can tell the singers they can jump right in there, man.
Show off.
But no,
I know.
I'm not.
He could. I would never sing again on this show ever because Rob came in and just put it down.
No.
No more
Shut the
Larry
whole
Graham.
thing.
There's enough entertainment for
Larry
us
Graham's
all.
different. Me and Rob will do a show together one day.
All right, he's telling me he's gonna play the keyboard at some point.
Yeah.
I got
we talked about this
Yeah.
in a McDonald's one
in the
morning.
McDonald's. That's right.
Oh, wow.
That's right.
Piano man.
I started this in high school, well, imitating people, and it started in an English class. I was a freshman, and I was in a senior class of English students, and they were doing the Martin Luther King. Everybody had to do the I Have a Dream speech.
Okay.
And so I knew I could do his voice, so I wait to the last minute.
Right.
And so Miss Triumph said, okay, Rob, he's trying to be shy. Rob, come up and do it. And I said, I have a dream that one day, no longer. And when I finished the speech, the students stood up and they started singing We Shall Overcome.
Really?
Oh, wow.
And all the classes on that floor, on the third floor, came walking down. And they said, what's going on? They said, man, he just lit up. I Have a Dream speech. And Miss Triumph said, you have to do the speech every year on the intercom. And so I was silly,
And a star
but I was a
born.
good student. And it kept me out of trouble sometimes.
I can see
Right.
that. I can see that.
That's so awesome. Again, the voice you're hearing today is the Rob Douglas, Mr. PNC. And also, I want for everybody to know a little bit, since it is Women's History Month, we want to do a special shout out about his mother, who also used to work for the Hurricanes. She was the
Yes.
spiritual advisor.
Yes.
Wow. Amazing. And it all started for her in Detroit. She worked As a social worker, she worked for United Community Services, the YMCA. But she had this gift. She was an astrologer. And what happened, she worked for WQBH, which is Martha Jean the Queen.
Yeah.
And he should know about that. She lived out in Grosse Pointe.
So royalty
Martha
only.
Jean the Queen. It was Martha Jean Steinberg, and she was out of Memphis, one of the first black women to buy a radio station.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
And so Mom worked on her show called a program called Spiritually Yours, and she would give spiritual advice every day. And so Mom ended up doing that for Martha Jean the Queen, Irma Henderson, the council president, and Aretha Franklin was her client, Dave Bing, Charlie Sanders, and
Wow.
So here's what happened. They're on the golf course, and it's Dave Bing, Charlie Sanders, and Lynn Barney, and Jim Rutherford, our general manager. And Jim says, what do you do to help you get through some of the situations as a player, as a coach? And Dave Bing looked at him and says, you need to talk to Doris Barksdale.
Yeah.
And he says, what? He says, call her, give her a call. And Jim became a client of my mother's, and that's how it happened. But she she had clients of all the local stars, and she again, she just had a great ability.
And when you said how it happened, I met your mom, unbelievable
That's
lady. She moved down here with the
organization.
organization for the Hurricanes, and I guess that's why you in this.
That's why I'm here. Jim Rutherford said, "Hey, you want to come?" And I was doing stuff with the Pistons and all that. He said, "I said, well, sure. I went to school in North Dakota. Yes, I want to come to North Dakota.
North Carolina, why not?
We have summers.
Yes,
Yeah.
but
And we're so lucky to have you here.
Yeah, man.
amazing. But she is the reason I'm here. I was so proud of her. Even more proud of her than what she was of me. But she's not here to tell you that that's not the case. But
I'm sure she
indeed,
knows.
an amazing woman. I have a Stanley Cup championship ring because of her.
Hey.
And she
So
has
that blew
two.
off.
Yeah, she has. I have one, but she's got two because she worked directly with the players.
Wow. Again, that was Doris Barksdale that we want to give a shout out to. She was an amazing woman that helped Hurricanes so much. And also, thank you so much, Rob Douglas, for coming in today. We are so excited to have you here. Thanks again for all that you do. How can people keep up with you?
Just come to the PNC arena. Yeah, but I don't want to tell people that too much because they always say, "You got some tickets?"
Yeah, I know.
Look, nope.
Nope. Our office hours are.
Go to the box office.
Yes.
It is cheaper than Ticketmaster
without a
sometimes
doubt,
if you buy
without a
straight
doubt.
from Ticketmaster. That's my trick.
Yes,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
I mean,
Thank you for
straight
having
from
me.
the box
Oh man,
office.
this has been
Thank
a
you so
pleasure.
much, Rob.
Much more to come.